I'm investigating a homicide, a murder.
Whoa!
I just found my sister in her house, and she's dead.
On the morning of January 25th, 2018, police in Sumter County, Florida, respond to a report of a deceased person inside a home along County Road 625. The victim is Melody Victoria Bennett. Her body is discovered by her brother just one day after what would have been her 33rd birthday.
She never got to say goodbye. Her family never got a warning. One day she was alive. The next, she was a body found on the floor, leaving behind a brother who would walk into a silence that still hasn't ended. And then, hours later, the killer climbed onto a school bus like nothing happened and casually told the driver his neighbor had been murdered, even explained how she died.
He gets on Friday morning. We notice there's two deputies sitting down the road a little bit. As we're going by, he tells us that his neighbor had been murdered.
About what time was that on Friday?
5:40 in the morning. It was like he was in a daze.
Anything else that sticks in your mind about that?
No, sir.
January 25th, 2018, in Sumter County, Florida. Melody's brother pulls up to his sister's house on County Road because she hasn't answered her phone in days, which wasn't like her, especially right after her birthday. He walks to the back door, the one she always left unlocked for family, and steps inside, calling her name. What he finds in that bedroom doesn't leave you. Melody Victoria Bennett, 33 years old, an artist who spent her afternoons turning old CDs into collages, who sat outside with coffee and sketchbooks, who volunteered her time mentoring a troubled kid from down the road because she believed people could be better than their circumstances. She'd just turned 33 the day before. She'd never see 34. The scene tells investigators everything they need to know. This wasn't random, wasn't a stranger kicking in doors in the middle of nowhere. Whoever did this knew her, knew that back door would be open, knew she'd be alone. And somewhere in that quiet neighborhood, someone was pretending they had no idea what happened. Melody deserved better than what happened to her. And if you want to see how her family finally got answers, hit that subscribe button, because stories like this don't get told unless people actually care enough to listen. Police start their neighborhood canvass that same day, knocking on doors, asking if anyone saw anything unusual. They get to Tyler Hirsch's house, 16 years old, raised in the foster care system. He tells detectives, yeah, he knew Melody. She was a family friend, helped him with art sometimes. But no, he doesn't know anything about what happened to her. Except his teacher at school noticed something 3 days earlier. Monday morning, January 22nd. Tyler walks into class with a massive cut on his left hand, swollen to twice its normal size, smaller scratches running up his arm. When she asks what happened, he shuts down immediately, says it's personal, won't talk about it. Then there's the condom situation. Tyler's foster parents had called police on him just days before Melody's body was found, concerned about him smoking weed and sneaking out at night. And his explanation for the hand injury? Barbed wire fence at his grandma's place. Except his timeline keeps changing. Was it Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday? He can't keep it straight.
What's normal day like for you on a Monday?
Go to school.
Or what was your normal day this past Monday? This past Monday.
Went to school. Came home. Went to grandma's house. Worked on the fence.
Is that the same day you injured your hand on Monday? Or Sunday?
What?
You injured your hand Monday working on the fence? So it was Monday you worked on the fence, not Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you injured your hand Monday? Or was it the other day? The second time you fixed it?
Monday and Tuesday I injured it. I injured both of them. I got the scratches. Those are already healed and gone. And I got this on Tuesday, and then this one right here on Monday.
So what else did you do Monday? You went to school, come home, worked on the fence.
And I went home after I was doing the fence. go to sleep.
Police spoke with Tyler Hirsch. He says he knew Bennett. She was his mentor and a family friend, but he doesn't know anything about her death.
She felt like she had a connection with you. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was through trying to mentor, or maybe it was the art, or just being helpful around the house or whatnot.
I mean, we had some stuff in common. We both love drawing.
Yeah.
I guess I have through like what the stuff I've been through. I guess I would say I interest people.
Especially ones with big hearts that try to.
The area along County Road 625 is rural and densely wooded. There are only a few homes and neighbors know one another. In police documents, officers state that Bennett's home wasn't visible from the street, leading them away from the theory that this could be a random home invasion. Police believe her killer was likely someone she knew.
How would you describe her relationship?
Good, not great.
She helped you with water, or if you had something with water or something?
Did I show you my pictures?
Show it to them guys and look at me.
Yeah, I'm actually a drawer. She's a really good, her and her dad are really good drawers. I wanted to have her help me. Like she wanted to teach me some stuff.
Good looking, bro. A lot of people do. A lot of people love you. I talked to her family all yesterday. And that's all they talked about. They said they get along great with the neighbors. They said your parents' names. They said she got along great with Tyler. She liked to mentor him. She always said they had a connection or something. What kind of stuff did she draw?
Like faces. She would cut up CDs and then put them and like make something out of it. Like
What did she do to the art?
usually outside, like sitting outside.
The cardboard or
Carports. I mean, the times I've seen her like do art stuff on the carport. I don't know if she sits in the house and draws or whatever.
And I think you told me yesterday that you'd never been inside the house. Had your parents been inside the house? Okay, but you never went in there.
I went like not in the house. Like I didn't know how there's a back door, and then there's that area right when you go into the back door. Like I've been in there.
It made you sad.
No matter. Most of the crime.
Your mom and dad, they talking about it much?
Not really. My mom, she said something about it today. She was like, I hope they catch. Person who did that.
Yeah. What about you? You hope we catch the person who did it?
Like, yeah.
Do you know what happened?
What happened?
I was just asking if you knew.
But here's where Tyler's story starts falling apart in a way he can't fix. That morning on the school bus, when he told the driver his neighbor had been murdered, he didn't just say she was dead. He said she'd been killed with specific, detailed, certain. The bus driver and aide both heard it clearly at 5:40 a.m., logged it immediately. Problem is, law enforcement hadn't released Melody's cause of death to anyone, not the media, not the neighbors, not even the family yet. The only people who knew those details were the detectives working the scene and whoever killed her. Then there's the issue with Melody's house. Tyler keeps telling investigators he's never been inside, just hung out with her in the backyard sometimes when she was doing art projects. But during one interview, he casually mentions knowing about the back door, how it's usually open, how you can walk right through that entrance into the house. Detectives glance at each other, because that back door detail, that's not something you'd know from standing in the yard. That's something you know from going inside. Detectives collect a DNA sample from Tyler during questioning standard procedure. He agrees without hesitation. They send it to the lab, along with evidence collected from Melody's bedroom, from her clothing, from items at the scene. Weeks pass. The results come back. Tyler Hirsch's DNA is a direct match to evidence found on Melody's body and in her home. Not a partial match, not a maybe, a definitive link placing him at the scene in a way he can't explain away with backyard art lessons or neighborly conversations. His foster parents start noticing changes. Tyler's stressed, withdrawn, won't eat. After one police interview, he goes home and throws up. Can't sleep. They know something's destroying him from the inside. They just don't know what. Now it's just a matter of time before the kid who thought he was clever enough to walk free realizes the walls have already closed in. Drop your thoughts in the comments. This case needs to be heard. For nearly a year, Tyler Hirsch walks around free while detectives build their case, piece by piece, lab result by lab result. To the public, it might look like nothing's happening. To Tyler's foster family, he's falling apart. January 2019, 1 year after Melody's death, investigators bring Tyler in for one final interview. He's 17 now, technically still a kid, but the evidence against him is airtight. They lay it out plainly. The DNA, the timeline inconsistencies, the bus driver's statement, the details only the killer would know.
Do you remember the day after the body was found? The day after her body was found by us and we got called. Remember seeing all the cops out there? You went to school the next day. You rode the bus. And you got a long distance to travel, so you got to get on the bus kind of early. There's a bus driver and there's an aide on the bus. You remember? And when you got on the bus, they asked you what all the noise was about. Why is the cops here? What we didn't tell you then, because they came to us immediately, was that you told them information that nobody else knew that had not been released by the law enforcement yet.
Like what?
How she died.
Like how she died, Tyler. Tyler, you're beating your head on this wall. You're trying to deny something that didn't happen. And Tyler, you need to understand that this evidence is 700 billion times in a row tells us you did. And it's okay. You've got to understand that part of it is done. I don't think you're the monster. I told him the whole ride up. This kid is not a monster. Something had to have happened. This kid is not a monster.
Something took over and caused this to happen. What was it, son? What did you do? Tell us. Get it off your chest.
I worked so hard to have a family, and now I have nothing.
Tyler, you still have family.
I don't have a family. I don't have a family. Like, I knew something was up with my family to pick up the phone. Like, I called them and picked up the phone.
Tyler, they didn't know anything about this. Look at it. Today, we sent detectives just today. Right about the time that those guys came to bring you over to talk to us.
And finally, after months of lying, Tyler cracks. He admits he was in Melody's house that night, admits he was there when she died. The detectives, to their credit, don't celebrate one of them, even says he doesn't think Tyler's a monster, that something must have happened to cause this. But the evidence doesn't care about intentions. The DNA doesn't lie. The timeline doesn't bend.
We did it. And I left. And went home. And went to sleep. And then the next morning, I had all my clothes on. Like, the next morning, I woke up. And I'm not where I was when I went to sleep. Because before I went to sleep, then I smoked. And then after that, I don't know what happened.
Did you go back to her house? Was she dead when you left her house?
Let's see.
She was not? Tyler, look at me. Look at me, son. Okay.
We need another one of those.
Will he be here today?
We're done questioning.
I'm going to jail.
On January 17th, 2019, Tyler Hirsch was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, armed burglary, and attempted battery while armed. He's held without bond. No more school buses. No more pretending. No more walking past Melody's house like he didn't destroy everything inside it.
Come on, man. Don't mess with that boat. Hey, put your hand out so we can get you over here, Bubba. All right?
Put this behind your back.
Got the key.
Stick this other one behind your back. Hold this. Got his head? Got his head? Got him?
Yeah.
Hold still so I don't want to
pinch you with the cuff.
Hold still.
Tyler Hirsch spends the next 7 years behind bars waiting for his day in court. 7 years of pre-trial motions, psychiatric evaluations, legal delays. He's no longer the 16-year-old who climbed onto that school bus. He's 24 now, and the guilt has been eating him alive. January 2025, a corrections officer finds Tyler on the floor of his cell. He tells the officer he's tired, doesn't want to live with what he did anymore. The kid who thought he could outsmart everyone can't even outsmart his own conscience. In March 2025, Tyler takes an open plea, no trial, no jury, just him standing in front of a judge admitting what he did. First-degree murder, armed burglary, battery on law enforcement officers during his arrest. August 1st, 2025, Judge Mary Hatcher hands down the sentence, life in the Florida Department of Corrections, no parole, no second chances, no going home. Melody's family gets closure, but not peace. Tyler's foster family loses the kid they tried to save. 2 families destroyed because one teenager made a choice he can't undo. Tyler Hirsch thought he was smarter than the detectives, smarter than the evidence, smarter than the truth. He wasn't. And that miscalculation cost him everything: his freedom, his future, any chance at a normal life. But the real cost was Melody Bennett, a 33-year-old woman who spent her time helping people, creating art, believing in second chances. She trusted the wrong person, and it killed her. This case proves something simple. You can lie to everyone around you, but you can't lie to DNA. You can't lie to evidence. And eventually, you can't even lie to yourself. Share this video to help keep Melody's memory alive and raise awareness. If you want to see another case where someone thought they'd never get caught, click the video on your screen right now, because justice always finds a way.